All right, let's do the mandatory mic check. Okay, sounds good to me. Right. Um, Jeez. Okay, how's everyone doing today? Hope everyone's having a great Sunday. Um, yeah, I'll be on camera in just a second. Well, second might be generous. You know what I mean? All right. I don't remember if I said I'd have this painting done by today's stream or not. Probably did, but that was wishful thinking because I had so much other stuff to deal with. And technical stuff with my computer as well. Figured it out though, but it was so frustrating for a while. Alrighty. But hopefully I can get this painting almost done on stream today. That's the goal. Alright. Probably grab my palette. This painting may be dry at this point. I don't even know. To check. Let's see. Thursday night, so Friday, Saturday, 2 days. Mm, good. maybe not. That just had a bunch of oil come out of the tube. I don't know why. Like without the pigment. The pigment came out too, but the oil came, a bunch of it came out separately. I do not like that. Glad I'm wearing gloves. Hate stuff like that. Also, I do hate wearing the gloves, but in moments like that, I appreciate them. I am just grabbing some brushes. Yeah, seems like a bit of a quiet day today, which is understandable. The holidays probably make things, I don't want to say weird, but probably change up everyone's schedule quite a lot. I'm gonna make sure I actually posted about it though in the Discord because sometimes if you don't hit the button twice, it doesn't go. Yeah, okay, just double checking. Right. All right, let's see. My assumption is most of this is actually wet still. That's wet. Yeah. Yeah, most of this is still going to be wet, if not all of it. Alrighty. At this stage, I'm just going to go in and clean up my edges and fix any placement issues I might have, which I do have, stuff like that. Right. Make sure this is in focus. Okay. Alrighty. Fingers crossed the camera doesn't overheat today. So in the past, and I still will do it, but generally in the past, what I would do at this stage is I'd go in and draw with a red line using my magenta and draw all the marks of where everything would go. But lately, instead of doing that, I've adjusted how I handle it. And what I do is, um, the thing is, I can't see the colors of the original right now of the reference. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at like placement only, but I can see the colors that I already have. So I'm just matching those. So I won't have something to, cover up. I'll just, well, I mean, it will, but I won't have something separate to cover up. Hey, Des, on my way home from the store. No worries. Have a safe journey home. I'll see you when you get home. Well, I'll see you on stream if you log on. I won't be waiting at your place. I'll be here. You know what I meant. This sounded weird to me. Snowy roads? Ooh, be careful. Take your time, drive safe. So yeah, right now I'm just drawing in everything, essentially trying to get the shape. I mean, I really wasn't focused on getting the shape of his head when I was laying this in. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. His head, yes. The face and the details, no. that was not a big concern of mine. So now I'm getting in the nose and everything. Before, the nose was very much an afterthought, like just kind of need it roughly somewhere in this area. But I'm still not overly concerned with getting like all the details in. I'm still just going for placement at the moment for most of this. I'm going to go through this a couple times and refine it. Although hopefully not too many times because that can be time consuming. But yeah. There are, of course, many different ways of doing this. Like you can, I've used a wiper tool in the past to just wipe the what's it called? The lines out and draw it. But this surface doesn't do very well with the wiper tool. I mean, it works to a degree, but for drawing into it, it doesn't really do a good job of that. For wiping stuff off, yeah, sure, but for drawing, it does not because it doesn't wipe clean enough. So you still see the color, and also it's dark, so sometimes you can't. I have a hard time seeing it a lot of times. So I discovered a huge flaw in the wiper tool technique. Not all the time, but if you are um, not going to get back to the painting in time and you let it dry as is, you essentially created like a bunch of divots and things in your painting that you then physical ones, like dips and stuff that even when you cover with paint, the paint settles into so you can still see it. So you have to like cover, like spackle over it essentially, and then you can, paint back into it. It's not good. So I don't do that anymore. Unless I know for sure that I'm going to be working on it and it's a um a surface that I can do that in, you know. one thing that helps me a lot with my color mixing, or my color mixing and my color matching, is that the same light is on both my palette and my painting surface. And when I mean exactly the same light, like it's because they're side by side vertical, um, the same light bulb is lighting them both. When you have different light sources doing it, it can really mess things up quite a bit and make it very, very difficult. So if you have trouble color matching with your own painting, you know, that is definitely something to look at. Even if you have it, even if you were to take the same light bulb, like the same type of light bulbs, like manufacture everything, and even if they have the exact same light, but you put them in different places, like you have your palette over here and your painting over here, if the angle's different and the intensity is different, that can also mess it up. Angle probably less, although I feel like the shine and glare could be a thing, but the intensity definitely. When I went plein air painting, that was also something I ran into, which was the sky. You know, the blue from the sky was reflecting into my paint. Um, and because my palette was facing the sky more than my um, than uh, than my painting surface, everything was bluer on my palette. But you don't see it that way until you put it onto the canvas and you're like, I cannot color match at all today. Why? And then I realized it. But yeah. So all the plein air setups that put it like this, something to be aware of. I'm not saying you can't make it work. Definitely people do. It's just you either have to compensate for it, or people paint in in the shade, or they have you know have umbrellas and stuff like that. So there are ways of mitigating it. But yeah. I'm just trying to get like I said, mostly just the placement of things right now. That's really the focus. it. If you see marks left from my brush where I like, when what's it called? Press a little harder, and then you see like leftover marks of a different color. That's usually because I just didn't clean my brush very well. Because I don't use solvents mid painting to clean my brush, so I usually just wipe my brush off as much as I can, and usually good enough. If I really need to like clean it, um, I'll use oil or other colors to like push the paint out. And that's 99% of the time all I ever need, but I absolutely have to clean my brush with solvent. I will, but I generally don't for numerous reasons. I clean my brush with solvent when I first start the painting, but then after that, I basically close the lid and don't touch it. I don't want to have to worry about what's it called? Um, Fumes and stuff like that with the solvents, and ventilation, because I don't always have good ventilation. You know, I don't generally don't want to open the window because then my cat tries to go to the window, climb over everything that I have, regardless of anything, because he has to see the window. So try not to do that. I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure what this is. It's some kind of string in his jacket or something. A good chance I'll just paint over that because it seems so like I don't think it necessarily adds anything, but I'm just going to place it here for now. I'll worry about it later if I render it or not. Oh, my blue is all dry. Didn't realize that. All right, I'll have to put out more. Unless I were to paint like a ton of paintings that were very, very blue overall. Blue is the color I go through the slowest overall. I think that might be different. I don't know, maybe if I was doing a ton of landscapes, but even landscapes, I don't think, not with this blue. I, I think, unless I was doing just like seascapes and going through a blue period, I don't think, um, don't, yeah, I don't think I'd go through this blue very fast. To the point where I'm, what's it called? In the process of like buying more paint at the moment, and all the tubes I'm buying are large tubes except for the blue. It's just it just doesn't matter. Oh, hey, we have a friend guest. Hi, Tristan. Hi, little boy. Oh, hello. Oh, the baby boy is here. Hi. Yeah. This is Tristan, named after Harry Dresden the Wizard. I think he's a little tired and out of it. Isn't that right, little boy? Very sleepy. Yeah. Okay, you can have my chair. Enjoy. Some dude says, if I did that, I get paint on my cat. Haha, always get the paint on my hand somehow. Yeah, that's why I wear the gloves. I'm also pretty neat about it. Like I don't have any paint on me at the moment. I'm not saying I never get paint on me, but I'm pretty neat about it. Um, but that's why I wear the gloves, so that I know for sure I don't have paint on my hands. I might have paint on my shirt, but I don't. But I know I don't have any on my hands. So if I need to, I can be ready. But yeah, I know. I I had a friend who, um, her tubes of paint would be so covered in paint that she had a hard time reading the names on them or telling what color they were. That used to kill me. I was just like, I don't know how you do that. I can't. I would hate that. Like this tube right here is very messy for me. Let's see, oh, wrong camera. One second. Like, why can't you see it? Like this tube right here for me is very messy. Because there's a little bit there in the cap because this is a kind of a liquidy paint and it leaked out a little. Very messy tube of paint. Got a little, hint of like smudges on it, you know. So yeah, very messy tube of paint. Um, I'm not a very clean, like I'm not a very organized person. Like my room's kind of a mess, but this type of stuff, oh no, I can't deal with like I can't deal with it. It has to be very clean. So I don't know. I think you know, to each their own on that one. I don't think there's anything wrong with any of it, of course, as long as it's, you know, working for you. I do want to get an apron at some point though, you know, so I can be cleaner. At the moment, what I my solution is I have painting clothes. So they're clothes that I wear when I'm painting. I don't mind them getting dirty. That so far that's been my solution. But yeah, I think at some point a decent apron. It's just I've been having trouble finding it one that fits my needs. That is one of the things about oils that is like the worst because if it's acrylics, at least it dries, but when it's oils, it stays wet, so you can keep transferring it over and over and over again. Some dude says, "I just found your channel and your stuff is awesome. I'm just learning this painting stuff. I'm a house painter by trade, but this is so different." Oh, well, welcome. My name's Liad. And I thank you for the compliments. I appreciate it. Yeah, very obviously house painting in this very different, but you know, I think that's fantastic. I encourage everyone to get into painting or making art. You know, I think making art and making stuff that you find artistically satisfying is, um, you know, just good for people in general. It doesn't matter if it's the process of making it that's so much more important than the end result. Um, I say that just because people put so much pressure on themselves to be perfect right away. And it's like, just do it first, have fun doing it, and then worry about getting good, you know? Um, in general, this is not to you specifically. I'm just talking in generalities. But yeah, but that's awesome. Um, we have a Discord. There should be a link in the description if that's something you're interested in. There's more people in the Discord. There's a bunch of artists there. So if you have questions or want to talk about art or share your art or anything like that, it's like the perfect place for that. But yeah, what type of painting, aside from the house painting, what type of painting are you interested in? If you don't know, that's fine. Who are you know, who are some of your favorite artists that you would like to paint like, you know, stuff like that. Anything like that is welcome. All right. I think I've taken enough time to correct my errors. Time to really get into the painting now. So a lot of times when painting objects or people, just, you know, subjects of any kind, basically, what I'm getting at. We have a tendency to, our brain has a tendency to mislead us. Like if you're painting a white flower and it's in the shadows, our brain says, but it's a white flower, so it has to be light, even if it's like very dark because of the scenario. And the same thing with like skin color. If someone's very light or someone's very dark, our brain goes, okay, well, then everything must be that. Like, nope. A lot of times our skin reflects the light. So if you have, regardless of this, your skin color, you know, even if you don't have blue skin in the right light, you'll have blue skin. So we're constantly fighting our own brains. I've commented on this before, but the that whole thing with the dress years ago, is it a white dress with gold, or is it is it a blue and black dress? That's our brain fighting what we're seeing, trying to interpret it and tell us what we're actually seeing. But yeah, to get back to uh, some dude and anyone who else who's new here, we have a Discord. There's a lot of artists in the Discord. It's a great place to hang out, talk. It's not the most active Discord in the world, which I think is a good thing. Um, and also, I'm going to be putting out videos very soon. I've been mentioning that for forever, but like, it's either I'm either coming out with videos this Monday or next Monday. If I can swing it, it's going to be this Monday. If I can't, it'll be next Monday. But either way, video content is going to start coming out. So if that's of interest, subscribe, I guess. Yes, that's what I'm supposed to say. Subscribe. Yeah. Let's see. Some dude says, um, I've been doing everything, trying oils and portraits, but it's not good. Landscapes, which is okay. I need to draw more, but like the painting better. Uh, that's it for me. So it's a that that's wait. This is it. It's for me. So it's a good. Okay. Sorry, I wasn't sure. I'm dyslexic, so sometimes when I'm reading, I'm like, is my brain messing up or what's happening here? That's all for you. I'm assuming you mean, yeah. Hey, yeah, portraits are tough. I practice portraits a lot for a very long time. Not just in oils. Before oils, I practiced drawing people. For when I went to art school, and then for work and everything. So, even though I haven't been painting oil paints my whole time, I have a background in like illustration and storyboards, and I originally wanted to be a comic book artist. So all of those, I always practice people. So I get it. And I also get it. I love painting more than I do drawing. So I totally get that. Um, you can really um, it's really good to practice drawing uh, without a doubt. It because it lets you focus on like one aspect of the painting. Um, but if you don't enjoy it, it's very hard to push yourself to do something that you don't enjoy. So I would say, try and like, you know, limit how much you do of that at one setting, because it doesn't take more than a little, like, you learn a lot in a very short amount of time, and then if you keep pushing, there's a big fall off on how much you actually keep learning because our brains just get tired. Um, you know, so I'm a fan of like short, very specific um, practice, and then, move on to what you enjoy. And there's still ways to draw with paint too. Like you can do drawings with paintings where with paint where you like you you break the painting process up into steps. So you draw, and then you go in and you draw, you detail it a bit more with the paint. You don't even need to use a pencil. You can do all that with paint. So, there are ways of doing that too. Um, some people do like very detailed drawings. I'm not a huge fan of that anymore. That used to be how I did things, but um, I really don't do that anymore. I don't know. I maybe if I was doing like very complicated scenes now, I would do that, but I'm not sure if I would even on very, very complicated scenes. I feel like I would gravitate more towards just blocking off chunks and then detailing the chunks accordingly. Sorry for my crappy typing. It wasn't you. I need to proofread before I hit send. No worries, I do that all the time too. I type something, I'm like, this is going to be the clearest thing and easiest thing for anybody to understand. They will totally get my point. And then they read it and it's like, I have no clue what you're trying to say. I'm like, especially in live scenarios like this, it's very you're trying to type fast so everything stays on topic and the conversation keeps rolling. It's very difficult. But yeah, that's awesome that you're getting into painting. I think that's fantastic. A good channel to check out about painting, I would say, um, is Chelsea Lang on YouTube. She has a great channel all about like getting better at improving your skills and how to loosen up and all this other stuff. Really, really nice. Do you find it easier to paint on smaller canvas than bigger ones? No. Um, it just depends. It's really just a when it gets too small, it becomes more difficult. When it gets too big, it becomes more difficult. There is a range. Um, from about this size, up to like 40 by 40 or something like that, it's all the same. There's not a huge difference. The difference becomes an issue of like, what can you fit on the canvas? And you know, what what can and what do you want to fit on the canvas? What size will that make everything in it? Um, because if I wanted to get the whole figure in here, his head would be like this big. And painting a head that is this big, that is hard, right? So painting very, very small heads is very difficult, but painting very large heads is also very difficult. Um, the sweet spot for heads is about roughly the size of your fist, you know, 4 or 5 inches roughly, up to life size. Once you hit life size and go bigger, you start running into a lot of other problems. Uh, well, not a lot, but you start running into like distortion issues. Um, not saying it can't be done, just, you have to be aware of it. But yeah, those are kind of the issues that I run into. The reason I'm doing these small paintings right now, well, there's a number of reasons I do smaller ones for the most part. They're, generally speaking, you they're cheaper, so people, it's more within people's price range. Um, I can paint more paintings, so I can get through them faster. Um, I do get a little bored of the larger paintings sometimes. Like after a couple weeks of working on the same painting, I'm like, I get bored of it. Um, and then also, right now specifically, um, I'm doing a special project. So this painting, along with a bunch of other ones that I'm doing, are all for this project, and it's corresponding videos that I'm going to be doing. So that's why they're all going to be like, they're all the same size. They're all done quickly. Like the goal is to get them done in a day. Um, so yeah, but size wise, other than those factors, the size doesn't make a huge difference to me. It's it really is an issue of like, what can you fit and how much space do you need to make those things fit? I hope that's clear, but if not, let me know. I'll try and clarify better. But yeah, when you get the heads down very small, they really do get difficult because it's very hard to make all the very nuanced transitions that you want and all that. That becomes very difficult. And I'm sure the same applies to landscapes. I'm not as experienced in landscapes to be like, you don't want to paint any smaller than this or that. And don't get me wrong, you can paint at any size. You can either make it a sketch um, or you can buy very, very small brushes and a magnifying glass. I know someone who does that. He literally has a brush that's like 2 hairs. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's like 2 hairs. And he paints with that. He, but I'd rather I'd rather not do that. It is important if you go bigger to scale your brushes, though. If you don't scale your brushes, you're just going to make life very difficult for yourself. The small ones are difficult for me because then I feel I have to make all the marks teeny, harder to be accurate. Yeah, absolutely. It can. It didn't. That's why I said it kind of depends on what size, what you're trying to do. They always say use the biggest brush you can. They do, and I don't always follow that, but they do say that. Um, it is good advice. I say that too. I totally think you should. I don't always do it because I'm stubborn, but yeah, it really is good advice. Always use the biggest brush you can. And the reason I say I'm stubborn is not because, to be clear, it's not that I want to use a particular brush. It's that none of my big brushes are good right now. So I'd have to use a new brush, and I don't want to use a new brush yet. So I'm using all my older brushes. Time to put the Costco load away. Be right back. All right, Des. Des is an artist who's been here for quite a while in my streams, I mean, and had some really cool projects recently, and also part of the Discord community. And she streams very, very too rarely, I'll say. But yeah, she streams on Twitch, not on YouTube. Some dude says, I'm just YouTube and Instagram. Part of the reason I got into art was to put away from TV and socials. Hey, totally understandable. Totally get that. That's one of the reasons I'm streaming on YouTube. You know, it's a platform that more people use. It's not as like Twitch, is leans more towards gamers and people who are online a lot. And, I don't want to even say younger crowd, but I guess younger to a degree, right? Like there's not a lot of, you know, I don't know, 60-year-olds or 80-year-olds on Twitch, but there are on YouTube. But just in general, there's more people on YouTube and more variety, I think, in some ways. But yeah, that's why I stream on on YouTube as well. Oh, hold on, let me make sure my girlfriend put 1 second. Yeah, hair like this, do not feel like grabbing the very small brush and, getting all the little curls and stuff. So I'm gonna end up having, hopefully I can kind of indicate it in a way that's convincing enough. That is always the goal. I'm trying to, I was getting a bit of the halo effect around him, and I don't like that effect where it looks like you painted, it's not halo, stroke. It's where you like put a line just around the figure or the, doesn't have to be just a figure, anything. But when you're trying to isolate something from the background, I hate that look where it's like you can just see, okay, I don't hate it. If you do it on purpose and you want that, that's fine. I've seen it done really well. Alpi Faye does that a lot, and it looks good because he does it on purpose. But yeah, you have to design for it, and I have not designed for it, so I don't want it. But yeah, Alpi Faye is also a good artist who is on YouTube. I don't think he has a, most of his stuff isn't instructional like Chelsea Lang, but his stuff's good too. Proco is really good for drawing. Uh, if you're looking for channels about stuff like that, Proco on YouTube is a good channel. Uh, uh, is that a rubber squeegee? Yeah, basically, it's like a rubber brush. It has the brush handle, but the thing is rubber. Yep. Yeah, Proco is good. Drawmix Paint is pretty good. Let me rephrase that. Drawmix Paint is amazing. There's a few things I'm not I'm not crazy about his stance on AI, and that kind of bums me out a little about him. But his art is good, and his YouTube channel, his art is fantastic. Not my style, but it's fantastic. And then he really knows what he's doing and how to teach. So I don't want to sound like, yeah, uh, the way I phrased that was not great in the beginning. But yeah, his channel is good. There's a lot of free resources on his channel too, which is nice. Um, Oh. Mm. But yeah, there's more. Oh, Lena Danya. She's been around YouTube for forever. She has a lot of her older videos have like instructional thing, but lately her videos are not very instructional, but I like her. I watched a lot of her videos over the years. Alpi, I watch, and Arthur Tischler. Oh yeah, Andrew Tischler. Sorry, Andrew Tischler. He's good. Yeah, I'm not a fan of AI nor a lot of tech, especially when it comes to jobs. I get that. Um, yeah, Andrew Tischler is really good. Yeah. Paint Coach is good for learning basics. He's on YouTube. Des, thank you. Yes. I I missed Paint Coach. Like for whatever reason, either he was I think he was making videos when I was getting into oil painting, but for whatever reason, I missed his stuff when I was learning. And so when I was like trying to learn oil paint, and so I don't really watch a ton of his videos now because a lot of it's more on the like fundamental side. Um, so yeah, but his stuff's good. So when I paint glasses, I usually basically ignore them until the end. Sunglasses are a little different because you have to kind of address them because they're not clear. And I guess if the frame's also very thick, you kind of have to address it too. In this case, because the glasses are the same color or similar enough to the shadows, I kind of have to define it, even if it's just a temporary thing for myself, so I can kind of see where the edges are going to be. Um, let's see. That says you can find some good programs on YouTube or Netflix called Portrait Artist of the Year and Landscape Artist of the Year. They are from the UK and fun to watch. Yes, they're also on Amazon Prime, depending. Some dude says I was just watching Paint Coach. He had his free stuff not too long ago. I binge watch these shows. They are on Amazon too. Yeah, we're all basically saying the same thing. That's funny. Yeah. Yep. I still have to watch. Des says that there are Canadian landscape artists of the year too. I have to watch those ones. I haven't yet. I keep forgetting to. Some quick stretches. So my tendency to just like focus in on things makes me want to go in and like keep cleaning up the face more and more. But sometimes it's good to take a second, take a breather, you know, and work on something else and then come back to it. Except for when your little cat buddy decides it's time to say hello. And then you just stop everything you're doing and pick up the cat. Tristan, oh, baby boy. What is that? What? Tristan. Meow. Is that what you're saying? Meow? All squirmy right now. He wants dinner is what he wants. It's not dinner time yet. No, it's not. What? Yeah? Okay. Mm. There. Let me see if I can clarify some of his outfit a little more and then go back to the face. Give me a minute to like refresh my eyes on it. Although I'm not, in these paintings, my goal is not to like go in and detail the like everything. In fact, that's quite, sorry, that was my phone if you heard it. Apologies. But no, my goal is definitely um uh not to not to detail everything. I can't get all the details in the time limit that I have. So I have to find ways around that. And I'll be honest, some of those details I don't find very interesting, so I don't care that much, honestly. Uh, you know, it's not always the best attitude to have. I recognize that, but yeah. I do have like those paintings where I take the time and really render out everything, but sometimes rendering out everything takes away, actually ends up taking away from the painting more than helping it, so it just depends, you know. I always say I'm not doing hyper realism, so there's a lot of, you know, artistic liberties that are made. Oh, I just remembered. Oh my God, my brain. Come on, brain, you can do it. I'm trying to remember the name of this artist. He he has a ton of video, or he used to have a ton of videos on YouTube. They're all very short, unfortunately, because he's trying to get you into, paying for this medium or whatever. But uh, James Gurney, that's it, James Gurney. Ah, he is so good. He doesn't paint with oils much. It's mostly gouache, and he loves casein, even though I'm not a fan of casein. He is. Um, but yeah, um, but he's such a good artist. Like, he's one of those artists where it's like, I don't know, he's more of an illustrator, so he's not like a fine artist, but there are very few artists out there that can come close to him in his skill and abilities. You might not like, his style might not be your thing, which is, fair, but very few come even close to being as good as him. And of course, I can't believe I forgot to mention this, but um you should also check out Our Painted Lives. Can't believe I forgot to mention this until now. Nicholas Uribe is a fantastic painter, and he did a ton of videos and a ton of live streams. And they're all on his YouTube channel, Our Painted Lives. And if I'm not mistaken, they have a Patreon coming out soon where you can sign up and you know, uh, I don't know what the Patreon all includes, but I'm sure there's stuff. And he also has done online workshops and stuff like that, which I took one once. It's really good. Gotta go. Nice chatting with you all. I'll be back for more lives. Hey, absolutely. Have a great day. I stream Thursday and Sunday. And like I said, if you subscribe to the channel because I got videos coming out soon. And have a great day. I didn't say that already. Unrelated, I recently ordered some paint and I sent me one tube I think is damaged because it looks like it's leaked oil. I don't know if it's good or not because I've never had a tube come where there was like oil leaking out of the tube like that. Um, I don't know if that means that the paint inside isn't good or not. I have to open it up and check. But then the other tube, they just sent me the wrong color. Like just 100% just the wrong color. I gotta contact them about that. Luckily, I ordered from Jerry's, and so far, I've only had great experience with their customer service. So, although to be fair, I've had very good experience with Blick's customer service too. I haven't really had a lot of bad experience with art stores and customer service so far. Need to clean up some of this area I don't mind some of the abstract elements, but those ones are detracting because I need I need it to feel like the type of um, jacket he's wearing. So, mm, 'cause, yeah, this is one of those like uh, poofy, you know, poofy jackets. I don't know what they're called. Not like the huge poofy jackets, but it's pretty poofy. In order to get that, there has to be some like flatness to some of it. You know, surprisingly, these rubber thingies, not the best for mixing paint. You'd think they'd be better, but they're not. Palette knife is the best. I know I'm going over detail that I'm going to have to paint back in, but it's just easier to put it in and then paint some of that detail back in than it is to paint around some of that detail. Might need a little more yellow mixed. Here we go. Okay, not perfect yet, but at least you get that feeling now of like flatness. All the cats are coming by today. It's very close to dinner time, so they're all like, you know, they all just want me to stop streaming and feed them. Very rude and inconsiderate if you don't, you know, I don't say so myself. I think some of the yellow color from his jacket is actually reflecting into his skin here, making it more yellow. No, I've said this before, but a lot of times when you think something's yellow or blue on a figure, a lot of times it's just a desaturated version of the same color that's already there. Just our brain says, oh, it's in relationship. It must be what's it called? If it's that color, it must be a gray. But no, it's a lot of times it's just the same color. Or the same hue, just very desaturated, I should say. All right, I'm tempted to not do this because of screen and time, but be responsible, and because of time, I'm going to take a quick break and take a photo so I can see where everything is placed, if it's all in the right place. Your stream title is busy. Has it been a busy day? It's been a busy, busy week. I'm trying, I you know, fingers crossed I can pull it off. I don't know that I can. I want to have a video come out on Monday. So I'm busy um, trying to get that. And I like last night I ran into some, well, not last night, but last night I troubleshooted some technical problems I was having with the mic I've been using to record, and that took forever. But then I finally figured it out, and now the next video will be easier because of that, hopefully. But yeah, just like I said, I'm really hoping to have a video out tomorrow. And just to be clear, it's not just one video tomorrow. If that was the case, that would be easy. Um, no, it is a video out. The goal is to have a video out every day tomorrow next week, and I'm not sure I can pull that off. So it might be the following week. But it's either going to be next Monday tomorrow or next week. But I will have 5 videos out. Um, yeah. So that's why it's busy. I'm trying to get all that done so I can actually put out 5 videos this week or next week. And on the side, I still have to figure out which health insurance I need to buy before the 15th. So, priorities, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that's why I've been cranking out the paintings lately. Um, so that's why they're also limited in time. It's like I have to have them done, you know, fast enough to be, to be worth not worth it, but fast enough. Damn, I love it when I get things right. Not everything is right, but oof, enough to be good. So yeah. So I'm trying to, crank out these videos. I'm learning how to use the video editing software as I go. And also I'm learning how to do voiceovers as I go. I'm not really good at voiceover. Well, they don't come as naturally to me. I'm getting better at them. So yeah. But yeah, that's why today's stream probably won't be all that long. As much as I want to finish this painting right now, and I really need to get this painting done, this painting doesn't need to be done for the videos. This painting is about 7 or 8 videos down. So, you know, I've got a little bit of time on this one. Having said that, it's going pretty well, and I'm really happy with the progress so far. As I don't know if you're here or not and heard me or not, but yeah, that was the answer your question. Yeah, I ran to let the dogs in and out, but I heard you. Oh, you heard about my visit. Okay, I wasn't sure if you were had left or not, but no worries. I just wanted to make sure. I understand. You got like I know what it's, I know what it's like watching streams. A lot of times you're doing other things while watching streams. Yeah, I'm trying really hard not to give up on streams entirely. Like I do enjoy streaming and I don't want to like, you know, stop entirely, but oof, it is hard to balance everything. And it's one of the reasons I'm trying to see if I can, you know, use streaming to like keep doing the paintings while while I'm streaming. Of course, during the summer, I don't like right now I can kind of pull it off, but during the summer I don't think my camera will be capable of it. Like I get overheating warnings. Um and in summer I don't, it's cold at the moment, so like okay, my camera can deal with it, but I think as soon as it gets warmer, I don't think my camera will be able to handle both streaming and recording. So I don't know what I'm going to do then, but I'll worry about that when I cross that bridge when we get to it. corner of my brush keeps catching angles I don't intend. There we go. A friend did let me borrow his GoPro. I have to check if it's one that I can live stream on or if it's might be too old, but I don't know. We'll see. That might be a solution for my camera issue. All right, let's see. Um, just in case I missed it because of all the busyness. How have you been? How's your day been or your week? Yeah, just how have you been, I guess. I try and ask, but sometimes the busyness of stream and like people and everything, I forget. Okay, that helps. One of the reasons I paint the background color so that it overlaps the hair is because when I go in with the hair, because hair is so, um, creates a soft edge where like there's a mix between the background and the foreground or the hair. I I like having that overlap because it naturally helps create that transition and that softness. Now, it's not perfect. I'll go in and detail, I will go in and put in some hard edges and stuff like that, but it definitely helps. It helps create the illusion of like fine, strands, even if I'm not going to paint those strands in there. Technically, he's also standing in front of a brick wall. And I'll be honest, don't know that I'm going to even bother painting in the bricks. Like, I don't know that going in and painting all the bricks is going to actually add much to the painting. Maybe I'll do like a indication of it or something, just a soft indication. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe. Might help with the design a little bit. All right. It is dinner time for all the animals. And yeah, I'm just gonna call it a day. Um I yeah, I just need to get stuff done, you know? You know how it is. Anyways, I do need to get this painting done, but also this can sit for, like, nothing will happen if it sits for a day or two. That says, okay, see you next time. Thursday? Yes, Thursday. I will be back on Thursday to stream. I'm trying to think. Yes. Nothing, if anything changes, I will notify in the Discord, of course, but yeah, should be Thursday. Um, and yeah, we'll see how things go. Anyways, hope everyone has a good rest of their weekend. Um, like, subscribe, do all those things. Join on the Discord. It's the best place to hang out with artists and keep in touch. But yeah, I don't know what else. I'm blanking. All right. Have a good one, everybody.